Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine, right, you've got this pile of documents. They look really official. And they seem to track a whole series of, well, very specific high-stakes deliveries.
Exactly. That's what we're diving into today, is this fascinating trail, uh, evidence dossiers, really, and their journey to different authorities.
Yeah, you sent us these delivery checklists, these sources, and our mission basically is to pull out the key bits. We need to figure out what these documents actually are, who is delivering them, and, where they ended up.
Hmm.
So our journey here, it starts with tracking the main person involved,
Yeah,
right? Mr. Graham Edwin Wilkins.
that's the one. He's identified as the director of Capstone Estates Limited.
All right, Capstone Estates. And here's a detail that jumps out. It's listed as a United Kingdom Crown Corporation. What does that even imply here?
Well, you've hit on something important there. His name keeps popping up. And that Crown Corporation link,
Yeah.
it immediately suggests these weren't like personal deliveries.
No, definitely not.
They carry some kind of official weight. It makes you wonder why these specific documents needed such a formal handover.
And there's more, isn't there? Sometimes someone else was with him.
Yes. Even more curious, for some deliveries, a Transport for London officer apparently joined him.
Transport for London. That seems odd for a delivering dossier.
It really does.
Yeah.
TfL isn't usually in the business of international dossier delivery, It hints that maybe this wasn't just private info, but potentially something touching on public safety or, well, official channels somehow.
Okay, so we have this official sounding company, maybe TfL involvement. What was he actually carrying? These checklists must describe it.
You do, quite specifically. And the container itself is, well, telling. This wasn't some discrete email attachment.
No digital files here.
Nope. We're talking a physical cardboard box. Green, white, and yellow, apparently, with SmartList A4 written on the lid. Distinctive.
And the size. Some mentions suggest it was pretty full.
Oh, yeah. For some deliveries, the description is almost completely fills the box, and it appears to be around 1,600 pages.
Wow. 1,600 pages. That's substantial.
It is. You don't just, pop that in the post, do you? It feels like a very deliberate, very physical presentation of evidence. Hard to ignore.
So what's inside this hefty box? The checklists seem pretty consistent on the contents.
Remarkably consistent. And it points to some pretty serious allegations.
Like what?
Well, these dossiers always seem to include formal letters, one addressed to whomever it may concern at the National Crime Agency in the UK.
Okay, the NCA.
Or its German equivalent, the Federal Police of Germany, the BMI. So targeting major national law enforcement right off the bat.
And copies of reports, too.
Yes, copies of reports already sent to really high-level people. Prime Minister Sunak, for instance, including one that had apparently already gone to the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, at the time.
And President Biden is mentioned?
President Biden, too. So clearly aiming for visibility at the highest levels internationally. It suggests a wide net was being cast.
There's also mention of a letter from the Home Office.
A copy of letter received from Home Office? That hints at some prior communication, maybe an ongoing exchange.
Okay. But the core of it, what's the main accusation?
The absolute core, the thing that really stands out in these lists are examples of suspected cybercrime constituting anti-UK and anti-NATO actions.
Anti-UK and anti-NATO. That's the explosive part, isn't it? Alleging major national security threats.
Precisely. And connected to that, there's an evidence log mentioned.
Right, the log. And there's something a bit weird with the dates there.
Yeah, a curious detail. Some checklists say the log runs up to September 28, 2023. Others specify December 6, 2023.
What do you make of that?
Well, it could suggest ongoing updates, maybe different versions of the evidence being compiled as things developed.
So not just a one-off dump of information, but maybe an evolving picture.
Exactly. It reinforces that idea of persistent, documented effort. And one more thing inside. A list of concerned organizations. Similar reports were made too.
So showing they'd sent this stuff elsewhere too. A broad campaign.
Seems like it. A deliberate strategy to make sure these claims landed in many official laps.
Okay, so after all this effort, crafting these huge dossiers, where do they actually get delivered? The location seems key.
It does, and it's surprisingly consistent. Every single delivery mentioned in these sources happened in Bangkok, Thailand.
Bangkok, not London or Berlin?
Nope, Bangkok. Specifically, either the UK embassy or the German embassy there.
Okay, so delivered in Thailand, but intended for UK and German authorities.
Correct. The main intended recipients listed are always the UK's National Crime Agency and Germany's Federal Police, the BMI.
And the timing, was it all at once?
It stretched over several months. The dates range from December 6th, 2023, right through to March 2, 2024.
So a sustained effort, December, January, February, March.
Persistent, absolutely. Not just a single event.
Now, here's a part that really caught my eye, and I think you, the listener, will find this fascinating. The recipients weren't just the embassies.
That's right. This is where it gets quite interesting. While the main targets were law enforcement via the embassies, several of these delivery receipts were apparently signed or taken by people acting on behalf of various newspapers.
Newspapers? Which ones?
Some prominent ones, actually, particularly in Thailand. The Bangkok Post, the Tiger Thailand newspaper, PBS World, the Nation newspaper, and Machon newspaper are all mentioned.
So embassies and the press at the same time?
It seems that way. Documented deliveries to official channels, but with a clear documented link to media outlets receiving confirmation of those deliveries.
Okay, let's just pause on that. What are we actually seeing here?
Well, what's really fascinating is this pattern, isn't it? It's deliberate. It's repeated over months. It's the same individual, Mr. Wilkins, sometimes with this odd TFL connection.
Always in Bangkok.
Always in Bangkok, aimed squarely at major international law enforcement, even heads of state. So this raises a really important question for you listening to this. What does it actually signify when documents like these alleging serious cybercrime against major alliances like NATO, when they're formally handed over physically in such a public, documented way, especially with these direct ties, these acknowledgments from media outlets?
Yeah, what kind of message is being sent there, and who is it really intended for?
Exactly. Is it purely for the authorities? Is it a form of public pressure? Is it something else entirely? That's the question to really mull over.